we talked about the fact that it takes a village to run a family business. Kim, those were your words, but Raj, through the years, you've been part of a village with the Family Business Forum, and I'm sure there's been other places. What was your village, and who were the people that impacted you as you were going through, working in the family business?
Oh, well, that's a good one. Yeah, because most of my impact from the business is really my dad, right? It's where I did lots of learning. But as far as my village, I would feel like I really didn't have a great village until this group was formed. Honestly, I felt really alone in the business because it was like, it's kind of lonely at the top, right? And I think even more so when you're in this family dynamic. So for me, I guess the Family Business Forum came, 8 years after I joined the business full time, thank goodness. But that was probably it for me. Some good, lots of good discussion, made good friends in that group that are still there today. Kim, you and I bounce all kinds of things off of each other, and that's invaluable.
I love it. And that's, you did find your village through the Family Business Forum, and 8 years without it, like you said, it made a big difference when you went in there. I remember, you may or may not remember, but I was in Syracuse when I started in practice with my father. And so even though we were in different cities, we still had this, some kind of just that strange father-son dynamic of, how good are you doing? He cast a very large shadow, both in the community and in the business world. And so it was, for me, starting in a whole nother city was really nice. I joined the family business group there that also was an offshoot of the chamber in Syracuse. And I just remember having those conversations that, that helped you to get through to say, I'm not crazy. It's not just me as I'm going through these things. So that's, again, the biggest takeaway from this podcast that you're listening to right now is that if you're in a family business and you're not part of a family business group, a family business forum, start one. And it's just, you call your local chamber or just do family business and put the name of the city that you're in, and you'll find all the other people that list themselves as family businesses and make those calls.
And you only need one other person to start. You can talk to yourself. I don't recommend it all the time, particularly if you start answering yourself, but you don't need 30 people in a room. And I will say that one of the things that I think in any business group or any group where you're going to get into really difficult conversations that makes it effective is you have to have some size management to it. So if you have one person that you can be completely authentic with, start there and see if you can find 2 more over the next year. Yeah. And the challenge with that, and whether that's a family business or I was thinking about, women's business groups, the challenge with that is the word authentic, I think. So often, and I'm thinking of real world for a moment now, of people I've crossed paths with that, they're attracted to the larger family business group because maybe they don't have to share as much information, or they think it'll be a good networking opportunity, or there's just something out there. If you're really feeling like you're on an island and you need a few people in your tribe or your village, you probably need to find a few people that you trust enough to really say, oh my gosh, I love Dad to pieces, but right now working with him sucks.
Yeah. And thus, like you said, why it takes a village. You need to be able to bounce things off of other people that understand what you've been going through.